Just because I don't bottom doesn't mean that I can't get an STD. In fact, I've had an STD, okay? I've had one. Nobody is trying to get an STD. I mean, well, there are some people, and it's really fucked up. There's a lot of people that are getting mad at me for not bottoming. I asked this to Christian. I said, Christian, do you want to top me? And you know what he told me? He said, absolutely not. If you don't believe me, I suppose you're just going to have to sleep with me to find out. Oh my God, hold on. I just got a text about my colonoscopy. I'm getting a colonoscopy next month, chat. And my coffee is here. It is arriving right now. It is arriving right now. No, I'm not. Wait, why? You're so young? Because I had a colonoscopy when I was 27 years old, okay? And when I got a colonoscopy at 27, they found a precancerous polyp. Now, for those of you that don't know what a precancerous polyp is, every colon cancer usually develops from these polyps, and it takes about 5 to 10 years usually to turn into cancer. Maybe closer to 10, usually up to 10 years, usually. Not with everything. Having a polyp doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to turn into cancer, but it's got like a 10% chance, right? And so I had one of those polyps at 27. They gave me a follow-up of 7 years. They said, in 7 years, come back, see us, get another colonoscopy. I took a lot of antibiotics over the last couple years, and because of strep throat, I kept getting strep. Antibiotics are really hard on your system. And so my digestive system hasn't been exactly ideal. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go get it checked out again. So next month, somebody said an STDs. Motherfucker, I haven't got... What? First of all, I don't bottom. Okay? First of all, I don't bottom. Second of all, all right? Second of all, well, you can get sorry, hold on. Hold on. Let me get my coffee and I'll explain. All right. I will explain. All right. There's a lot of people that are getting mad at me for not bottoming. Okay. All right. I gotta pee.
Pretty blue street lights and my hazel eyes, and everything's right.
Yes. Ooh. Okay, first of all, just because I don't bottom doesn't mean that I can't get an STD. In fact, I've had an STD, okay? I've had one in my life, okay? It was 3 or 4 years ago, but I've had one, all right? And there's nothing wrong with, well, there is something wrong. Don't get them, but look, it's fine. It happens. You figure it out. You practice safe things, and that's it, all right? Anyways, hey, you know what? Somebody in the chat saying, ew, that's the reason why we have such a prevalence of STDs is because of the shame around getting one. People don't get checked and they spread shit like wildfire, okay? They spread it all around. They don't go get checked. They don't get STD checked because they're afraid of the shame that they have. The stigma is real. Go get tested, okay? All right? Of course, you shouldn't be getting an STD. Nobody is trying to get an STD. I mean, well, there are some people, and it's really fucked up, okay? And I had an STD, okay? And I got an STD, and I got I got rid of it. One shot in the butt. Okay. One shot in the butt. You can also get an STD through many other ways. Okay. All right. So what did I have? None of your business. It's fine. Anyway, regardless, it was gonorrhea. All right. It was okay. But anyway, it's gone now, right? It's gone now. I had it one time. All right. It's gone. All right. And yes. And it was in, never mind. I don't want to say anything more, but anyway, it's gone. It's got one shot in the butt. And, what happened? I hooked up with somebody and I didn't know they had it. Okay. That's what happened. Yes. This was 4 years ago. And I think I've talked about this. Yeah. And it was in my throat. Okay. It was in my throat. What can I say? All right. So quit calling me a selfish top. All right. I don't want to hear it. Regardless. Okay. Regardless. I got rid of it. It's fine. It's never been an issue since. But it's too early for this talk. But my point is, why did I disclose this information? You know what? I don't give a okay? Pause. Please don't clip this and put this on Twitter. Don't clip this and put it on Twitter. Please. Because people are going to take it out of context. All right? Pause, are you here? Don't clip this and put it on. Thank you. Rudolly, thank you very much for subscribing. I appreciate it. But look, I've had it. It happened. I don't have it anymore. Okay? And I know, and I'm telling you this because it's important to stay and get tested. Okay? I get tested. I'm on what we call PrEP. Okay. PrEP, very important. You should all be on PrEP. All of you should be on PrEP. Okay. And there's another thing you can take called DoxyPep, which is also recommended. It's a preventative against things like gonorrhea and things like that. Anyway, my point is, I don't bottom not because I don't want to, but because usually when I'm with people, the people that I'm with, that's typically not what they want out of me, right? Like they don't want that out of me. I asked this to Christian. I said, Christian, do you want to top me? And you know what he told me? He said, absolutely not. He said, absolutely not. Right? And he said, and I told him, I said, what if somebody else topped me? And you know what he said? He said, I'd leave the room. I did. Okay. So anyway, but a lot of people, look, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not a selfish top. There's nothing selfish about me in terms of that. I'm not a selfish lover because when I am with somebody, it is 100% their pleasure over mine. Okay. And if you don't believe me, I suppose you're just going to have to sleep with me to find out, because I'm never going to fucking convert anybody into knowing, right? I've given up, right? Hassan has smeared me as a selfish top, and I cannot break it, okay? Why is there a cum towel behind you? I would never jerk off on this computer, ever. I would never, ever jerk off in this computer. That's disgusting. I have a certain prep video for you. So,
What's PrEP? PrEP stands for pre-exposure prophylaxis, but all you need to know is that it's a medication that can stop HIV. When you take PrEP, it builds up protective levels of medication in your body. This armor helps keep HIV from taking hold and spreading if you're ever exposed to it. Super cool, right? Getting on PrEP is pretty easy. There are even online services that deliver right to your door. Want to learn more? I've dropped some links in the comments.
Very, very important to get on PrEP.